Hello everyone, so for today's video, we're going to tackle about the accident or the improper installation of electricity that was caused fire due to short circuit. So what are we waiting for? Let's proceed now to the video. So for today's video, we're going to talk about the Article 7 Emergency System. What is Article 7 Emergency System? So according to Article 7, electrical safety of the installation operation, maintenance of emergency system consists of the circuit equipment intended to supply distributed and control the electricity for illumination power of both to required facilities when the normal electrical supply of the system is interrupted. And now, application of other articles. Except as modified by this article, all the applicable articles of this code shall apply. Equipment approval. All equipment shall be approved for use on emergency system. Test of maintenance. Conduct or witness test. The authority having jurisdiction shall conduct or witness a test of the complete system upon installation and periodically afterward. Test periodically. System shall be tested periodically on the schedule accepted to the authority having jurisdiction to ensure the system are maintained in proper operating condition. Battery system maintenance. Where battery system or unit equipment are involved, including battery used for starting, control, and ignition of auxiliary engine, the authorities having jurisdiction shall require periodic maintenance. Written record. A written record shall be kept of such test and maintenance. Testing under load means for testing all emergency lighting and power system during maximum anticipated load conditions shall be provided. Capacity. A capacity and rating. An emergency system shall have adequate capacity to safely carry all the loads that are expected to operate simultaneously on the emergency system. In addition, the emergency system shall be ceased to restart emergency loads such as motor that may have stopped. B. Selective load pickup, load shedding, and peak load shaving. The alternative power source like generator can supply emergency legally required standby and optional standby system load, where automatic selective load pickup and load shedding is provided as needed to ensure the adequate power for the emergency circuit, the legally required standby circuit, and the option standby circuit. Transfer equipment. General transfer equipment include automatic transfer switch. Next is signal. Audible and visual signal device shall be provided where practicable for the purpose described in 7.0. Here are the checklists for signal. The arrangement carrying load not functioning and ground fault. Next is sign. Emergency source. A sign shall be placed at the service entrance equipment indicating type of the location of on-site emergency power source. Exception, a sign shall not be required for individual unit equipment of a specific. Grounding. Where the grounded circuit conduct connected to the emergency source is connected to a grounding electrode conductor at the location remote from the emergency source, there shall be a sign of grounding location that shall identify all emergency and normal source connected at that location. 7.2 Circuit wiring. 7.2.1 Wiring emergency system. Here are the checklists. Identify wiring, wiring design and location, fire protection. 7.3 Source of power. 7.3.1 General requirements. Current supply shall be such that in the event of failure of the normal supply to the or within the building or group of buildings concerned, emergency lighting of emergency power or both shall be available within the time required for the application but not exceed in 10 seconds. A. Storage battery. Storage battery used as the source of power for emergency system shall be or suitable rating and capacity to supply the maintain and maintain a total load for the minimum period of 1.5 hours within the voltage applied to the load falling below 87.5% of normal. Generate prime mover driven for a generator set driven by the primer mover acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction of the size in accordance with the 7.1.5 means shall be provided for automatically starting the primer mover on failure of the normal service and for automatic transfer for operation of all requirements electrical system. A time delay feature 15 minutes setting shall be provided to avoid their transfer. C. Uninterruptible power supply. Uninterruptible power supply used to provide power for emergency system shall comply with the applicable provision. D. Separate service. Where acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction as suitable for use as the emergency source power, in addition service shall be permitted. This service shall be in accordance with the applicable version of Article 2.3 and the following additional requirements. E. Fuel cell system. Fuel cell system used as a source of power for emergency system shall be of suitable rating and capacity to supply and maintain a total load on less than 2 hours and full demand operation. F. Unit equipment. Individual unit equipment for emergency elimination. Emergency system circuit for lighting and power. 7.4.1 Load of emergency branch circuit. No appliances and no lamp other than those specific as required for emergency use shall be supplied by emergency lighting circuit. 7.4.2 Emergency elimination. Emergency elimination shall include all the requirements means of eager lighting, illumination exit sign, and all other signs specifically as necessary to provide illumination. 7.4.3 Circuit of emergency lighting. Branches circuit that supply emergency lighting shall be installed to provide services and source complying with that. 7.31 When the normal supply of lighting is interrupted, such installation. 7.4.4 Circuit for emergency power. For branch circuit that supply equipment classes as emergency, there shall be emergency supply source to which the load will be transferred automatically upon the failure of the normal. 7.5 Control emergency lighting circuit. 7.5.1 Switch. Required a switch or switches installed in emergency lighting circuit shall be arranged so that the only authorized person have control to emergency lighting. Ground fault protection of equipment. The alternative source of emergency shall not be required to have a ground fault protection, and equipment will automatically disconnect means ground fault indication and emergency source shall be provided per 7.1.7. 7.6 Coordination emergency system over current device shall be